Welcome to Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered, where we explore the collision between ancient faith and our modern world of forgetfulness. In an age obsessed with speed and instant gratification, what have we lost in our rush forward? Tonight, we're diving into a phenomenon that's quietly eroding the very foundations of belief: the alarming loss of sacred memory. In ancient times, remembering wasn't just a nostalgic exercise, it was a divine command, a matter of spiritual survival. God's people were told to remember their history, because forgetting was the first step toward rebellion, distortion, and collapse. Feasts weren't just parties, they were elaborate rituals of remembrance. Stones were stacked as witnesses to divine encounters. Storytelling passed down history from one generation to the next. Forgetting was a spiritual disaster, and faith had to be rooted in shared memory, or it would become a mere invention. When God told the Israelites, "Remember that you were slaves," it wasn't to shame them, it was to keep them humble, to ground their faith in real, lived history, not abstract ideas. But today, we often treat memory with suspicion. Tradition is seen as old-fashioned, and history is viewed as baggage. We want our faith to feel new, relevant, and innovative. We're quick to rebrand our beliefs for each new generation, cutting them loose from their origins. This might feel progressive, but ancient wisdom would call it dangerous. Scripture consistently values continuity over novelty, seeing it as a shield against spiritual amnesia. Think about it. When the Israelites forgot their past, they repeated their worst mistakes. As memory fades, idolatry rushes in to fill the void. Modern belief often underestimates this cycle. Without the anchor of memory, faith becomes shallow. God gets reshaped to fit our modern values, instead of being understood through his past actions. Faith becomes a matter of personal preference, detached from its own story. Our ancestors understood the power of memory. They knew it was a testament to God's presence, especially in times of doubt. They remembered their deliverance from exile. They recalled the covenant when they failed, and they knew judgment waited for them in times of comfort. Memory was their anchor against the shifting tides of emotion. In contrast, modern faith often relies heavily on feelings. When we feel strong, God feels close. When we feel weak, he seems distant. But ancient theology anchors belief in the solid ground of remembrance, not the whims of emotion. The scriptures command, "Tell your children." This isn't just about passing on facts. It's about ensuring faith survives. Without this link to the past, each generation has to start from scratch, trying to find God on their own. This often leads to failure, which is why modern faith can feel so fragile. It's sincere, but it lacks roots. It reacts impulsively, instead of reflecting deeply. The faith of the ancients survived catastrophes because their memory gave them a shared identity, a map of truth through chaos and time. When modern belief loses its history, the cost is immense. Suffering feels new and strange, doubt becomes a lonely burden, and crisis feels overwhelming. But ancient memory provides a different perspective. It reminds us that believers have faced these same struggles for ages. Memory humbles us, rescuing our faith from both arrogance and despair. A faith that forgets its past risks rewriting its God. And a God who has been reshaped to fit our preferences loses his power to confront or transform us. Ancient theology fiercely protected memory, seeing it as the guardian of truth. Modern belief too often discards this guardrail in the race for relevance. But relevance is fleeting, memory is timeless. So we leave you with this question: if you no longer remember who God has been, how will you recognize him when he acts again in your life? Thank you for joining us on Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. Share your thoughts in the comments. Has faith forgotten its past, or does memory still hold power today? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the truths that shape our world.